Hey guys, Anthony here with Nate from Sucker Punch. inFamous Second Son. Man, that trailer last night. I was just saying that move where you just go up into the sky and crash down and explode. That was a moment for me. That was a moment of the press conference.
Really?
Yeah, it really was.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, because who doesn't want to go up into the air 30 stories and then come down, like a pro wrestler?
and destroy everything around you.
Right.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to do that? So we've getting a lot of questions about Second Son from a lot of PSN users. PSN user WFMMK wants to know, where's Cole? A lot of people want to know where Cole is. Giant electric question mark in the sky.
Totally.
Where's Cole?
All right, well, we looked at the trophy data when we shipped inFamous 2, and people had this choice if they wanted to sacrifice Cole or not, and they chose to do it.
Yep.
So we see the players make this choice, and we want to honor it. So Cole, my friend, is dead. And from that, we said, all right, new hero, new city, new storyline. It still takes place in the inFamous universe, but inFamous Second Son is a standalone game that you don't need to have played the other two games to get. However, if you have played the other two games, there'll be a lot of references to the events that happened in those products.
Gotcha. So, with Cole definitively being gone, theoretically all the conduits were gone too.
Yes.
So how is Deslin getting these powers?
All right, so the end of inFamous 2, a great number of people with powers, particularly close to where he detonated this device, died. But not everybody.
Okay.
Some people who had a kind of a natural resilience to it or were farther away from the blast made it through, but their numbers have been really winnowed down. So where there's just a very small handful of people who have these extraordinary superhuman abilities.
Gotcha. And talking about those abilities, we've seen a smoke ability with Deslin, but we also know that he's an absorber of other conduit powers.
Exactly. He has the best superpower, which is whenever he lays hands on somebody with superhuman abilities, he can draw them out of that other person and take them into himself. So he can collect superpowers like crazy. So right now we're just showing the smoke power, but there are definitely more powers in the future.
Okay. And any comment on how many there are going to be or how they will evolve throughout the game?
So we're not saying the exact number right now, but I can tell you that there are a number, and they really create a different play style.
Yeah.
And each one of these different powers evolve over time and get better and kind of craft around some of the choices you've made in the game.
Gotcha.
Certainly choice and consequence is something we're dead set on making as profound as possible.
We're seeing that back behind us right now. We're going through a security checkpoint and Deslin just decides he's gonna conduit his way through. Take those security guys out.
He's not afraid of using his abilities.
So let's talk about the return of the moral choices here. You know, in the past, the moral choices have been, you clearly know when you are making a moral choice thus far, which side you're deciding to be on.
Yes.
Is that changing and evolving in Second Son?
In Second Son, we're giving the player some pretty serious choices, and we're making them live with the consequences of it. Now, some choices are, as you had said earlier, a little easier to understand the right and the wrong thing to do. Some of them are much more murky.
Okay. So let's talk about, we're in Seattle right now. Seattle's a real place.
It is.
We've never been in a real place in inFamous before. Why are we in a real place now? What does that mean?
All right. Sucker Punch, the studio making Second Son, is actually, most of the people that work there live in Seattle. And we wanted to make a city as realistic as humanly possible. You know, thanks to the PlayStation 4, doing things like rain slick cement, reflecting the buildings around them, dynamic lighting and weather, we can do all that. We can make the city feel so real. And we live there, so we can really bring it.
Yeah.
And with that foundation of reality, we can then just rip it up when we add in superpowers, right? And you believe it because the city itself has this identity.
Does that mean anything tonally for the story or the characters? I noticed we're looking at a little more of a realistic look, a little less stylized look to the world. Does that change the tone of the story?
No, I think it does actually. You know, we want to create a city that you totally believe in, and that's the same with the characters.
Yeah.
So in the trailer that we got going on behind us, when it's not the Second Son logo, you see this kind of like good facial capture we got off of the actors. So these really minute things that they bring to the table while performing in their roles,
You guys
see
released
it
a
play
dev
out.
diary where you could see all the different brow line changes in the actor, and yeah, really subtle stuff.
It's kind of a testament to us trying to create a much more believable, plausible space in which these super kind of natural powers exist.
Really make you think about what you're doing because you're in a place full of real people.
Yeah.
Talking a little bit more about the city and how you interact with it. You know, we saw a big change in how you interacted with the city between inFamous 1 and inFamous 2. New Marais, you could really use your electric powers on everything. What are we doing now with Deslin? How are we interacting with the city with these powers?
Well, of course, he's going to get a variety of different powers. Right now we're showing smoke, and right there you saw he went into this smoke, this vent, this air duct, kind of got shot up to the top of the roof really quickly. And you can use smoke to dart around the landscape with serious speed, sneaking up on guys and slamming them down. So it's this very quick play style. The different powers provide different play techniques. And the city, of course, is different depending on what power you got at the time.
Gotcha. And let's talk a little bit more about Deslin as a character. Other than his powers, how does he differ from Cole? How is he a different protagonist? What's he like?
Sure. So the name of the game, Second Son. He is the second son. In this trailer, we see this kind of older guy who's kind of busting his chops a little bit. That's Delson's older brother, who always gets everything right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you. Are you the first or second?
I am the younger son. My older brother is a pediatric cardiologist.
There you go.
So I know this.
There you go.
I know what you're saying.
You're a disappointment.
Yes.
And you maybe want to believe that, you can get there. You can live up to it. And Delson, he's this kind of frustrated graffiti artist who gets hauled in by his brother, arrested sometimes. But there's something in him and he wants to let it out. And when he gets powers, he finally has a way to express that desire, that kind of artistic frustration, and change the world.
Now, of course, Second Son also a play on the First Sons.
Yes.
Can you give us a little bit? Is our favorite secret society kind of coming back here? Are they involved?
I don't want to give away any plot details.
Okay.
There are a number of meanings behind the Second Son logo.
Okay, cool. Final question here. I really want to know, user-generated content, big experiment for you guys in inFamous 2. Is it coming back in Second Son?
Well, as a studio, we really love to experiment and try different gameplay ideas, and we have not stopped with that. As far as UGC goes, we are not commenting on it just right now, but I can assure you that Sucker Punch, we try and do the weirdest stuff possible.
Right on, man. I like that about you guys.
Yeah.
I like the promise of weird.
We can get. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Nate.
Yeah,
I
my
really
pleasure.
appreciate you stopping by. Coming up at 4 p.m., Batman Arkham Origins. This thing looks amazing, too.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But first, we're going to take a look at PlanetSide 2.
I'm ready to go when you are.
Roll them out.
All right, let's roll.
We are going to be moving out in 45 seconds. Let's get to the ground.
Platoon 2, head towards your platoon waypoint.
5 minutes until freedom fries rain over Crux headquarters.
Yummy.
Nice job on that quick loadout. Move out to squad waypoint.
Alrighty, platoon 2, grab some armor.
Reaver trying to attack our Sunday.
Command, this is Air. Enemy liberators dispatched.
It needs a shock and awe.
Oh, it's about to get a lot busier and I'm
Moving out in 5.
Alright, roger that.
3, 2, 1. Move. Go, go, go.
Drop your shield and fire!
Hit Sungream Station from the south side.
Roger that. Better positions. Keep moving into better positions.
Airstrike now, airstrike now. Go, go, go.
Command, this is Shadow 3. We've taken Iraq's home.
Airwing, this is command. I need you to clear spawns at the Bastion.
Request airstrike at G7.